What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Initial Reaction. My name is Philip. Guys, is he here?
I have no idea where he is.
I'll do it.
What do you know about Alton Meyer?
I wouldn't know where to start.
Police issued an Amber Alert for an 8-year-old boy.
It's time. You ready?
Yeah. It was like a feeling.
Kind of feeling. We need to know where he is.
You all have no clue what you're dealing with, do you?
I'm sorry.
All right, so this week we're talking Midnight Special. It's you should definitely go into this movie knowing as little about it as possible. But main story points are it's about a young boy with superpowers, and his dad, played by Michael Shannon, as well as Michael Shannon's longtime friend, played by Joel Edgerton, are on the run. And basically accused of kidnapping what they're on the run from and for. It's best if you just don't know. But initial reaction, what did you think of it?
I really think coming out of it, I thought superpowers were going to have this Avenger-type lighting or Batman versus Superman lack of lighting.
Mm-hmm.
But I really thought we had this grandiose story with this natural lighting. Loved it.
Yeah, it's I listened to a couple interviews with Jeff Nichols. It was shot on film, except for the night scenes when they're in the car. That's the only time they use digital. But yeah, and but no, I mean, it was very cool. We talked a little bit right after we saw it, and it was like the juxtaposition of the natural setting. Because, like we said, he's from Little Rock. We're out of Arkansas. If you're watching this not in Arkansas, and so it was cool to see that kind of setting with this supernatural element to it. And then just, I don't know, like the pacing of it.
It was great pacing. And to go with that natural lighting in this great story, we have parents keeping their child safe, which is a normal thing any parent wants to do, but you have these extraordinary circumstances that they're put into.
Right.
And it gives it this realistic feel, as much as you can say about a kid with superpowers, that we probably lose a lot in these big superhero movies.
Yeah, it's very much a, it's a chase movie, it's a sci-fi movie, but it's, the story isn't the main thing. Like, the story's, like, hardly there, really. It's about the characters.
And I think as audience, you talk about he left the story in places we get either force-fed or we get the Nolan effect, and you probably think too much.
Right.
And here he tees the ball up nicely for you several times, and you never get that drive. You never get to finish it until the end,
Right.
Without giving the ending away, and does it extremely well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed how, because I was worried, the one thing I was really worried about was setting up all this mystery, because it escalates perfectly and it's just paced and you're like on the edge of your seat, like, because mystery is just layered on one after another. And once it reached the end, I was like, guys, this is going to have a conclusion that is satisfactory to all this mystery that he's been building. But the funny thing was I didn't care as much about the mystery as I did about just what happened to these characters.
These characters, you've got Michael Shannon, who's probably answering more questions about playing a dead body in Batman vs. Superman right now than this movie, which is an atrocity because he does a fabulous job as this dad on the run.
Yeah.
You have this friend who's helping him out, Joel Edgerton, that does
Who is doing a really good, like, he's not American. And,
no, but he would fool me.
Yeah, it's great performance. And Shannon's kind of typecast as this, crazy evil guy most of the time. I love that it's the characters and what makes sense for them rather than forming the story around, or, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, the story is second to the characters rather than the story dictating what the characters do.
Right. A lot of times you see a plot driving how the characters
Right,
act. It's
exactly.
almost actors have these reactionary performances where you really had actors making choices here and driving the plot.
Yeah, because, like I said, Shannon he doesn't smile, but his face is so, like, you can read so much off of it, and he doesn't hardly say anything.
He must do a lot of facial exercises.
Well, and I realized at the end, man, he didn't have that many lines.
No.
But you could totally tell what he was going for and what he was feeling, or what that character was feeling. So it was just great. And yeah, Dunst too, like, she didn't get a lot of screen time. She was not in it nearly as much as I thought, but from the context of, like, you could tell where her character came from and how far she had to come to get to where she was at the end of the movie.
She wasn't in it that much, but you left feeling like she was a main character, which is a great job on her back.
Yeah, absolutely. No, really loved it. kind of can't wait to see it again. Like I
Yeah.
really was excited. The soundtrack is great too. I think that's one I would like buy and listen to. One of those ones that like make you feel cool when you're driving.
I have no idea what you're talking about because it's all these synthetic
You know what I'm
sounds.
talking
It's
about.
very 80s, late 70s. I think if people like E.T., if people don't like E.T., come see me. I'll punch you in the face. But if you like E.T. and Close Encounters,
Yeah,
it's
for
that
sure.
same soundtrack. It's that same feel.
It's very Spielberg,
yes.
Carpenter.
I went into it thinking I was getting a movie and got a film.
Yeah.
The two words have different connotations, and I think I told you immediately after, I will buy it on Blu-ray and look forward to showing my 3-year-old in a few years. It'll be really cool.
We should do star ratings. Out of 5, I went 4.5. Like there were only a few times I was kind of nervous and tepid about if it was going to slack off, but I mean it's a near perfect movie for me.
Yeah, I will give it 4 based on the acting and the filming. You really like the music. At times, I almost found it distracting.
Okay.
But I think it was what he was going for, so I'll give it 4 out of 5.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thanks again for checking us out. You can definitely subscribe to our channel, Initial Reaction Reviews, and you can read my written reviews at www.reviewsfromabed.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.